Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. How is everyone doing today? Hopefully everybody is doing well, guys. I got done with work pretty early today. Only had to do a half day, and it is absolutely beautiful out, so I figured, why not? Let's grab the phone, let's hit the road, and let's hit up some thrift stores. That's right, I'm going to be doing some old-fashioned thrift store hunting, looking for vinyls, looking for movies. Let's be honest, that's pretty much all I'm looking for. But I haven't just done a straight thrifting video in a long time. There's nothing I'm really looking for, but that's the beauty of thrifting these thrift stores, is that you never know what you're going to find. So that's what we're going to do today. It's absolutely gorgeous out. Maybe if I can see anyone's having a garage sale, maybe I'll swing in there too. We'll see what the day brings. But anyway, let's hit the road. Let's go see what kind of cool stuff we can find at the thrift stores. Let's get going. All right, guys, well, we just got out of, that place was called Unique. They had some stuff. They had some decent stuff. They had some Blu-rays, some DVDs, but it was all kind of stuff that I don't really need. It was pretty common stuff. They did have a lot of vinyls, and I did pick up one vinyl there, but we are at the Salvation Army now, so we're going to run in there and see what kind of stuff we can find. All right, guys, well, I just had to swing back home after we went to the, where did we go first? Unique and the Salvation Army. Salvation Army was pretty pathetic. If you saw some of in the video there, looking through some of the records, they had like 9 or 10 bins of just pure garbage when it came to vinyl. They had nothing that was even somewhat remotely interesting. at least to me. If you needed like polka, Christian music, or like Christmas music, you were all set. But other than that, there wasn't much there. Movies weren't much better. I did find one thing that I thought was pretty cool, and I did pick that up. But yeah, slim pickings for the most part. But I'm going to head down to a Goodwill, which I haven't been to in a while. It's just down the road from my house. And we'll see what we can go find at that Goodwill just to kind of close out the video. And then I'll show you off the couple of things. And then I'll show you off anything if I pick it up at the Goodwill. Let's head down to the Goodwill. All right, guys, well, we are back from thrifting. We went to Unique, the Salvation Army, and Goodwill. So the last place I went to was Goodwill. They had a bunch of movies there, mostly DVDs, but it was all pretty common stuff. I just showed off a few things here and there. Now, their vinyl section, they actually had a decent amount of vinyl. I'd say 80 to 90% of it was crap. It's just stuff that I'm not interested in. But they did have some good stuff. But unfortunately, some of the good stuff that they did have was either missing, like the record wasn't actually in there, or it was in horrible condition. Like they had a Skid Row album there, which would have been awesome to pick up, but it wasn't in there. They had a Journey album, but it wasn't in there. They had Steppenwolf Live, which also would have been awesome, but that wasn't in there. They had an Emerson, Lake and Palmer album that had some mold on it. They had a Crosby, Stills, and Nash album, which would have been cool to pick up, but that also had some mold on it. They had a early Billy Joel album, which would have been cool to get, but that was super scratched up. They had an Ozark album, but that was super scratched up. And they had a couple other things, too, that were really good, but just beyond scratched up. And I was just like, I'm not even going to waste my time trying to clean it. They did have one vinyl there that I did pick up. It's a little bit in kind of rough condition, but it was far better than any of the other ones. So I picked up 2 vinyls today and a movie box set. So we'll just do the vinyls real quick. And the first thing I picked up, this was at Unique. The packaging is pretty beat up, but the album is in pretty mint condition, and that's Huey Lewis and the News Sports. I was actually pretty surprised to find this there. They didn't really have anything all that great, but this was one of the things they had, and it was in really good condition. Like I said, I mean, look, it's kind of, the record's kind of coming through here. The the sleeve is in pretty rough shape, but the album is pretty mint. So for $3, I could not pass that up. And then at the Goodwill, I picked up, they did have a Graham Nash and David Crosby album. I like a lot of the Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young stuff and some of the Crosby, Stills and Nash stuff. So I don't know anything about this album, but it's got, you know, David Crosby and Graham Nash. So figured it might be not too bad. This is kind of beat up too. Pretty rough shape. But the album is not too bad. It's a little bit crappy, might need a little bit of cleaning, but for $3, I was willing to take the chance. So those were the two albums I picked up. And once again, now the movie box set I picked this up at the Salvation Army. The box is in pretty crappy condition, but the movies are in pretty mint condition. And this is from Anchor Bay. I picked up the Peter Sellers collection. This has got 6 movies in it. I don't think I've seen any of the movies that are in this, but I love Peter Sellers. You get Heavens Above, Carlton Brown of the F.O., Two-Way Stretch, Hoffman, The Smallest Show on Earth, and I'm All Right, Jack. I've never seen any of those, but I love Peter Sellers, so I figured why not? It is on DVD, but for, I think it was $5.99, $4.99, $5.99. I figured not bad, not a bad box set. So $6 for this and $3 for each of the vinyls. I figure that's pretty good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, 6 movies and 2 vinyls for little over $10. Not bad. I will take it all day. But yeah, guys, that's it. It was just an old-fashioned thrifting video. I wasn't even going to do a video today, but I only had to work a half day because I'm working a half day later this weekend. And I was like, you know what? Let's go out. Let's turn the camera on and let's do a good old-fashioned thrifting video. It has been a while. But that's it, guys. That's all I got for you. If you like this video, give it a big thumbs up. Listen, guys, like what I'm doing. Like, share, comment, subscribe. All that fun stuff. And I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. You guys are amazing as always. Take care. Bye.